Alright, so guys, so today I'm going to be working on my E36, the outside door handle. So right now it's broken, so anytime I close the door, I'll show you. I can't open it from this side, and then I have to go around from the other side just to open the door from the inside, like this. Okay, so I went to a pick and pull and I got this piece. So this is the one that broke on my car, this little arm. And like, it's attached right here, so this is the whole arm. And when you open the door, it moves the arm. So I can't replace just the arm because the way it's connected right here, it's like a one-time use type of thing, where once it's sealed on, it's just permanently stuck there. So I gotta replace this whole thing, and that also includes switching this lock cylinder. So I'm gonna get to it now. Okay, so first I'm going to remove this outer piece right here. And to do that, so there's gonna be this little access hole here, and then there's gonna be a piece that you wanna push forward. So push this way. And then that should release the outer handle. And I'll take a picture to show you guys a better view. This is the piece that I'm talking about. This metal piece that just goes all the way across. So this slides back and forth, and you can see in these holes that right now there's it's completely open, and then now half of it's covered. So these just slide into the notches right here on the trim clip and just locks it in place. So you just want to push this forward, and then you can take the handle trim out. And then just like that, remove. Okay, so now that the trim piece is removed, this locking ring is going to be exposed, and you just want to loosen it like this. This piece is removed. And now for the other side, there's going to be a metal clip on the inside of the door to pull off. So here's that clip that you're going to need to pull off. Alright, here's the clip. So what I did is I used a screwdriver to try to bend the top flap upwards, and then at the same time having the screwdriver at an angle where I can kind of push it out, because it needs to slide like this. So the whole door handle assembly is held in to the door from these 2 points. So I got the locking ring off, and then I just removed this clip, which normally sits like this. So I got that out. So the last part I need to do before I can remove it is remove what this part is connected to. So this piece right here is hooked onto the door lock actuator. So I'm just gonna have to pull it this way, and then it should come out. And it's kind of hard to get an angle. There it is right there. So right now, the entire door handle assembly is disconnected from the door. So I can push up on it, and you can see that plastic part where this where that metal arm connects into. So I just gotta pull that out. Also, there's 3 of these plugs. These are just breaking because the plastic is just so old. Probably want to disconnect those plugs first, but I wasn't paying attention. Alright, so the window was in the way, and it was blocking me from pulling out the entire door handle assembly. So I'm going to try to disconnect the window from the window regulator and then move it out of the way. So what I've done already is you can see this plastic circle thing with a metal clip on it. So this arm of the regulator is supposed to go into there. So I've just pulled the clip out to the side and then pulled the arm on the regulator out of that white plastic piece. And then I've also done the same for this one. Same thing, pull the metal clip out and then pull this out of the plastic. And I need to disconnect this metal piece that kind of connects the window to the rail. So there's going to be this 10 mil bolt, or nut I mean, and then there's another one on top. So I got to remove those. And I've just got a socket extension right here supporting the glass. So you can see that I've removed the 2 nuts, and then I have the entire piece that's connected to the window. I've got that removed, and I basically did that by pulling the window upwards, but then also kind of pushing it to the side like this. So you can see this kind of goes sideways. So yeah, that's how I removed it. And now I've got the window tilted up and out of the way. Alright, so it's actually pretty crazy how this broke. Here's a comparison. And you can see that this whole metal piece is supposed to be one piece, but it actually broke right here, and then also this part for the arm. So this one I just got from a pick and pull from a black coupe, and it doesn't have these extra wires, and I'm pretty sure that these extra wires are for the central locking system and like maybe alarm and stuff, because I have the keyless entry. So yeah, so I'm just gonna move these pieces over, and then also move the lock tumbler over. Now the next step is to remove the tumbler in here. So this is the one from the pick and pull, so I don't have the key for this. So let's see, but you can still take it out. Right here, you can see that there's like this little metal bar or pin that kind of goes across, and this metal is cut out so you can push the pin outwards. So just, all right, so I've got the pin removed. You can see there's a hole through here. Here's the little pin, and I've already done it on mine, the broken one, and then I just put the key into the tumbler, and then you can push all of this out like here once the key is in. But this one I can't push out because I don't have the key. So you want to turn this, and then you can see this hole right here. You want to rotate this piece until the hole lines up. Now I don't know if this will work for everyone because this piece is spinning with no key in it. So you're going to want to take off this little shield that stops the spring inside from popping out. So you just get a screwdriver, put it into this opening, pry it open, and then there will be a piece like this. There'll be a spring, and it'll be pushing down on a little block down there. So when this little cover is on, it'll be pushing the spring down. I'm gonna rotate this until inside of this hole. There's going to be a certain position right here where you can actually see, it's like looking at it like this. So from this view, I can see into this hole, and if it's lined up correctly, I can see these blocking things, I guess. Yeah, I don't know what they're called. So now that I can see them, I'm gonna try to, I guess, pick this lock, even though I don't have the right tools and I have zero lock picking experience. So I'm just gonna constantly push against this, and then just try to push those pins down. Right, so I got one. And the thing is, not all of them are going to be pushed down. You might need to push up. So in order to go up, I'm just gonna into this latch, try just feel around while pushing downwards. All right, there. So I got the second one. So so it moved out a little bit more. I think the next one's also gonna need to kind of push upwards on it. Fuck. Okay, that's 3. That's 4. Alright. So while I'm pushing, I'm just kind of poking these pins in, kind of feeling around. Oh, got another one. Let's go. So yeah, just sticking it in, kind of angling it downwards and just kind of raking towards me, just doing like that. That's all I'm doing. Oh yes, all right. Can't really put my finger in there anymore, so I just use a screwdriver. So what I was saying earlier about keeping the key in, alright, so you want to keep the key in because it'll lock all of these little sliders into place, because if you don't, then these can just fall right out, and then if they fall out, you're gonna have a lot more work to put them back in the correct order. But since this is the pick and pull one that I don't really care about, I can just take all of these out, so I don't have to worry about it. Yes, let's go. Finally. This is literally the first time I've ever picked a lock, like ever. I just kind of figured it out too. I didn't watch a YouTube video or anything. Whew. So got that out. Alright, so I've taken everything out and I kind of understand how this mechanism works. So on the tumbler, there are going to be some raised bumps, and these bumps kind of form like an arrow shape. I'll put a picture on the screen. And these raised bumps catch onto another set of raised bumps inside of inside here. There's like a sliding piece. So earlier, what that little spring and block was pushing down on is a piece that's part of the sliding piece. So you see, I can push on it and it goes down. Pushing on it and it goes down. So, alright. So the way you're able to get this piece to slide up and down, up and then down, is by turning the key. So when you turn the key, the raised bumps on the cylinder catch onto the raised bumps in here, and by turning, you end up sliding the piece up and down. Now that sliding piece has 2 square bumps and I guess a triangle bump. And when it's slid upwards, you can't see the triangle. But when it's slid downwards, you can see the triangle. Now what does that sliding piece do? When it slides downwards, another part of it actually gets pushed into this rectangular hole right here. So once that piece is inside of this hole, that locks this piece, right, onto the bigger one right here. Right now I'm just going to show you what happens when the piece is slid upwards. Right, the sliding piece is up. There's nothing in this rectangular hole. This can spin freely, see? But the way the lock works is that this piece turns. So you can see this is independent of this. So our goal is to try to lock these 2 pieces together so that they both turn in unison, right? So when that sliding piece is pushed downwards, it pushes another piece of metal into this rectangular hole, and that locks these two pieces together. So you see, I'm only turning the top one, but the entire piece, both of them, are moving together. And then that is able to pull onto like a lever that's normally supposed to be here, I guess, and then that just activates the door lock actuators. Now, normally, that sliding piece is going to be in its up position because there is a spring mechanism right here. See, this spring mechanism is being pushed. It's always under pressure because of this cover, this little hatch, and this hatch sits right on here, covering that rectangular hole. So this block is always pushing down on that sliding piece, forcing it into that up position. But we know that we want the sliding piece to be in the down position if we want to unlock the car, right? To open up the door. By turning the key, you are overcoming that spring tension right here and then pushing the sliding piece down, and then that locks these two pieces together and you can unlock the car. So yeah, that's basically how it works. I'm gonna start putting everything back together. Sorry if I have really bad explanations. I'm not that good of a teacher, but I'll try my best. So we're just gonna pop that back into place. All right, so I don't have the cover piece, but once you pop that back into place, you're gonna want to find these 4 spots. So you can see these are points where the metal has been bent inwards, and what that does is that it locks the cover piece into place. So earlier when you took off that cover piece, you pried it right here and like pried it off, and that kind of bent these outwards, right? So these, they got bent this way, and then on these two they got bent that way, and that made it loose and you were able to take off the cover piece. So when you're reinstalling it, you want to get like a screwdriver like this, kind of position it here, and then lightly tap with the hammer, and then again here, and then same on this side, right here and right here. So by bending the metal back inwards, you're securing the plate in place, because you don't want the cover piece to pop off when this is all inside the car, and then you just can't open your door and it's going to be all bad. But yeah, make sure it's secure. Now, also, quick note, before you pop that back into place, you want to make sure that the sliding piece has the triangle on the top part, so right here, and then the squares are right here. Right, so put that back into place, and then we want this arrow to be pointing upwards, and then now turning the key turns everything all at once. Perfect.